I got arrested in April 2012 for cocaine, and it was the biggest shake up and also the biggest blessing in my life. So I was out with a few of the boys, we're over in London, a couple of drinks, became a couple of toots, became a couple of bags, and it got very messy. So I got caught with an amount of the white stuff on me, possession, got arrested that night, and next day we'd all kind of made this pact that we weren't going to say a word to my partner, and what goes on tour stays on tour. So back to East London, on the train back, looking at absolute shit, to draw yourself. So I had this thing in my head, do I open my mouth, do I keep it shut? This had been playing my mind for a period of time. So a question came up, do you have a good night? It's like, yes, love, I did. Got arrested, and needless to say, all hell fucking broke loose. We split up, kicked out, can't have a druggie around my daughter, you're a fucking mess. A lot was said. So came back to West London, back to my mum's at the age of 32, 33, tail between my legs, with a big black bag on my shoulder with all my fucking possessions and everything else, and didn't say too much that day, but kind of got my head down, and next day, a question came up, like, what's going on? I said, look, got arrested last night. I've been on cocaine for 12 years, and all hell broke loose. It was the biggest relief for me selfishly, but also the impact that it had on my family and those around me was monumental. My family were a very strong Irish background, high moral codes. It's drugs are drugs, whether it's marijuana or cocaine, is zero difference. And my dad went absolutely fucking garrity. Table got knocked and slammed and all sorts. And I thought I was going to get the high end of my life as well. So we're kind of at it. I'm sort of protecting myself and trying to keep him off me. He's not the smallest of fellas. But when the dust had settled, the questions came up. Why? Was it their fault? No, it's mine. You've got to take some ownership for shit. But also there's a lot of talk about going into rehab and that kind of thing. And that was the trigger for me. And I said, look, I don't need it. And that was the reason. So I stopped drinking, moved out of the area where I was from, moved over towards East, and that's when my life began. We got married later on that year. I stopped putting myself in £600 to £1,000 a month in debt, always ticking, always covering, always sneaky bastard. You get a few quid here, you know the drill if you've been in those sorts of environments, and it completely fucking destroyed my life. I've got regrets. My old boy passed away a couple of years after that. We did make our peace, but I missed out on 10 years because I was an absolute fucking idiot. So we are where we are with that stuff. But these days, I'm back into coaching. I'm trying to help other people now that might have been in similar positions. I'm not a counsellor. I'm not going to start to profess any stuff like that. But I've gone very well into bodybuilding and gym training, and it's saved my life. It's given me a lot of structure. Probably quite addictive. But I know what works for me, and I need certain parameters in my life, and I'm trying to help others that have been in similar positions. My day job is recruitment. A lot of recruiters have often got issues with gambling, with booze and everything else, and I'm trying my best now to kind of help a couple of people along the way. If you find yourself in similar positions, just get the help that you need. Speak to people, get professional help. If it's gambling or drinking, do seek those routes. If it's gym training and stuff like that, I think I can certainly add a little bit of value. The biggest thing for me has been changing habits, changing the environments, and changing the structure. I do let myself drink. I can do one or two, but the demons they're still there. And doing stuff like this, trying to put one message out has been very cathartic, and I hope it might help a few people along the way. If you do want to reach out, you can find me at AntCoenPt. I'll come up, and if there's any advice I can give, just give me a shout.